You're good? So the reason why I actually invited you this day, or rather this moment, so that I wanted us we have a discourse about Oltieki. There's an essay Oltieki wrote about factors that lead to depressive symptoms, mostly among students. And the reason why he permeated some of these depressive symptoms to among students is because at that specific time he was in the realm of the world of student. And you know, being a student and being a complete adult, those are two different things. Those are two different stages in life, and each stage you have a different experience, and those experiences, the one that make your life, create that distinctions from another. Without much ado, karibu, asante. Actually, he gave me the original copy of the Depressive about the essay that he had wrote. And the thing is, I'm going to read through and some of the areas that need further clarification, something to jot it down, something to bring out because of its prominence or how pivotal it is. We're going to discuss further, and without further ado, let me start. I'm going to start just from the beginning. Factors contributing to depressive symptoms among student nurses at Cecily McDonnell College of Health and Sciences, Oltieki. A research proposal submitted in the partial fulfillment of the requirement for the award of the diploma in KRN, the Nairobi Hospital Cecily College of Health Sciences, Nairobi, Kenya. Dedication. I dedicate this research to my mentor, Jordan Peterson, whose insightful guidance and profound wisdom have significantly influenced my nursing career. I also dedicate this work to my parents, Frederick Mwangi and Jacqueline Asieku, for the unwavering financial and emotional support throughout my academic journey. The encouragement has been invaluable. Declaration. Oltieki declare this as my original work and has not been presented for any academic award. All sources have been acknowledged through citation and inferences. Acknowledgement. First and foremost, I acknowledge myself for the dedication and commitment required to complete this research proposal. I'm grateful for the strength and perseverance that enabled me to bring this study to fruition. I extend my deepest gratitude to my supervisor for her invaluable guidance and support throughout this process. Additionally, I acknowledge my mother for her constant words of encouragement and inspiration. And this is where the essay begins, or rather it's where the essay begins. Operation definitions. Depressive symptoms. According to the Patient Health Questionnaires PHQ-9, depressive symptoms are defined as the presence of clinical significant symptoms such as persistent sadness, lack of interest in activities, fatigue, and changes in sleep or appetite. In this study, depressive symptoms refer to the emotional stress and physical stress, state of stress, the experiences by students, nurses, which can hinder the academic and clinical performance. It's about the emotional stress and the physical state of stress. Academic pressure is defined as the stress and demands placed on the students due to their coursework, exams, and practical requirements. In this study, academic pressure refers to the mental and emotional strain experienced by student nurses as a result of their educational and clinical responsibility. The emotional strains mental strain also. Clinical workload. Clinical workload refers to the amount of time and effort required for clinical rotations and practical experiences, including the number of hours spent in the clinical settings and the nature of the task performed. In this study, the clinical workload refers to the demands placed on the student nurses during their clinical rotations, including the time spent and the complexity of tasks performed in the clinical settings. The demand the nurses experiences, student nurses experiences. Also the complexity and the time spent. Social support. Social support is defined as a perceived availability and quality of support from family, friends and peers. In this study, social support refers to the emotional and practical assistance provided to the student nurses by their family, friends and peers, which help them cope with stress and challenges. Everyone has to bring abroad to have that adequacy of the support. Financial stress is defined as the financial difficulties faced by the students, including the ability to pay tuition, books and living expenses. In this study, financial stress refers to the economic challenges and anxieties experienced by student nurses as they manage their educational experiences and daily living. Cost is not just about paying the exam and the fees. What about surviving? What about you have to eat? You have to survive. You have to engage with the normal societal, and that require expenses. Abstract. The problem statement. Depressive symptoms among student nurses are significantly concerned, impacting their academic performance, clinical competence and overall well-being, leading to an increase in student nurses absenteeism in clinical rotations and classroom areas, attributes to increase in supplementary exams and being demoted to the prior classes and expulsion from the college. The demanding nature of nursing education, combined with the personal and financial stresses, can contribute to the development of depressive symptoms. This study aimed to identify and analyze the factors contributing to depressive symptoms among student nurses at Cecily McNaughton College of Health and Sciences. Methodology. The research will be a case study. In-depth interview will be conducted to gather qualitative insight in their personal experiences and challenges faced by these students. In addition, surveys will be distributed to a sample of student nurses to quantify the prevalence and severity of depressive symptoms and identify associated factors. The study population consists of student nurses enrolled in various programs at the college, with a calculated sample to ensure statistical validity. The significance. The findings from this study will provide valuable insight in the stresses and mental health challenges faced by the student nurses. Understanding these factors will enable the development of targeted interventions and support system to mitigate depressive symptoms, enhance the educational experiences, and promote the overall mental health and well-being of nursing students. The research will contribute to the broader field of nursing education by highlighting the importance of the mental health support and promoting practical solutions to improve student outcomes. From the very inaugural, this guy was interested into the mental health well-being of a persona, and it all starts in the mind. If your mind is okay, if you're functioning well, then all things will start triumphing in your life in a very canonical way. It's a pattern. It's a mental thing. Chapter 1, the background. Where was he coming from? About 5% of people who experience depression at some stage in their lives, typically starting between ages of 20 and 50, and most often diagnosed around age 40. You see, there's that gap from, you have like 20 years, almost 2 decades, you're lost to symptoms, you don't know what you're supposed to do. This mental health issue significantly reduces productivity in academic or work settings. And results in various cognitive, psychomotor, and physical changes, including lack of initiative and apathy. Furthermore, depression ranks among the 4 major diseases globally and is a leading cause of disability. According to the American Psychiatric Association, depression is characterized by a persistent, sad, empty, or irritable mood accompanied by somatic and cognitive changes that significantly impair an individual's ability to function. Depression significantly impacts both individual and healthcare professionals, including students, nurses. The demanding nature of nursing education and clinical practices makes student nurses especially susceptible to depressive symptoms. The literature suggests that student nurses often encounter heightened levels of stress, anxiety, and burnout, which can precipitate depressive symptoms. The dual demands of excelling academically while providing compassionate and competent patient care metastasize emotional distress among student nurses. Depressive symptoms are prevalent among university students, with factors such as high academic stress, insufficient social support, and financial difficulties contributed to these symptoms. For student nurses, these stresses are compounded by the rigors of clinical practices and the emotional toll of patient care, suggesting potentially higher prevalence of depressive symptoms in this group. Problem statement. What was the problem statement? Globally, in a larger perspective, stress, anxiety, and burnout are prevalent among student nurses and are significant contributors to depressive symptoms. The intensive requirement of nursing education and clinical practice intensify these stresses, resulting in emotional distress and mental health issues. Academic stresses, including rigorous coursework and examination pressures, contribute to significantly depressive symptoms among student nurses. The pressure to excel academically while balancing clinical responsibility and personal life creates a challenging environment that predisposes student nurses to emotional stress and psychological distress. Depressive symptoms can adversely affect the academic success of student nurses, possibly causing them to leave the program. The intensive nature of nursing education, with its heavy workload, clinical rotation involving patient care, and lack of sleep, greatly increase student nurses' levels. Depressive symptoms can lead to academic difficulties, decreased motivation and social withdrawal, and even suicidal ideation. Now, this is where is the most prominent part. The other personal observation of depressive symptoms in classmates and friends lead to a keen interest in investigating these issues further. These symptoms have led to the development of maladaptive coping mechanisms, resulting in a myriad of negative consequences. In summary, the depressive symptoms observed among student nurses at Cecil College Knowledge of Health and Sciences have significant implications, affecting not only personal well-being but also academic success and clinical performance. Note: the author observed a significant increment in the number of student nurses who are taking sick offs. This led to decrease in the academic performance, needing a supplementary exam and eventually demoted to the prior classes. failing to meet the required pass mark. Moreover, in the clinical rotation, there has been a noticeable increase in absenteeism, leading to student nurses being expelled. Addressing this factor is crucial for promoting the mental well-being of student nurses, ensuring the overall success of nursing profession. What was the broad objective? The broad objective was to determine the factors that lead to depressive symptoms among student nurses at Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences. The specific objective to determine the prevalence of depressive symptoms among student nurses at Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences. Another specific objective was to determine the student nurses related factors leading to depressive symptoms among student nurses at Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences. And lastly was to determine the training related factors leading to depressive symptoms among student nurses at Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences. Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences. Significance. This study aims to benefit student nurses at Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences, providing insight into the factors contributing to depressive symptoms among them. By identifying these factors, the study can inform the development of targeted intervention and support programs to promote mental well-being among student nurses. This in turn can improve the academic performance, clinical practices, and overall quality of life. Moreover, the findings of this study will also have an implication for patient care at the Nairobi Hospital and other health facilities where student nurses undergo clinical training. By addressing the depressive symptoms among student nurses, there is a potential to enhance the quality and safety of patient care being delivered. Student nurses who are mentally healthy and well supported are better equipped to provide compassionate and effective care to patients, leading to improved patient outcomes and satisfaction. Additionally, the insight gained from this study can inform the development of institutional policies and practices aimed at promoting mental health and well-being among student nurses at healthcare professions more broadly. By fostering a supportive nurturing learning environment, Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences, Cecil McDonald College of Health and Sciences can contribute to the cultivation of resilient and empowered nursing workforce, ultimately benefiting both student nurses and patient they serve. Justification. The problem of depressive symptoms among student nurses leads to significant consequences that warrant urgent attention. Depressive symptoms can have detrimental effects on both the individual and the health care system as a whole. In Kenya, it was found that depressive symptoms amongst university students were associated with decreased academic performance, increased absenteeism, absenteeism, increased number of absenteeism, and impaired clinical judgment. This not only affects the well-being and professional development of student nurses, but also has implications for patient care, quality, and safety. Therefore, this is an important area of study as it will guide medical personnel and create awareness among student nurses to be vigilant about the emotion and find better methods of regulating the emotions or integrating The emotions. Summary of chapter 1. In this chapter, the research identifies and proves there is need an issue for depressive symptoms among student nurses. Prevalence and some of the contributing factors are student nurse related factors and training related factors, which have a pervasive detrimental effect. The researcher will also highlight depression as a major mental health problem with significant negative impacts on health personnel. The next chapter will review the literature on factors contributing to depressive symptoms among student nurses. The next chapter.